It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Fiesta Mexicana. Don't just have dinner, make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, tractor, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Now let's go courtside in Onalaska with KQEG's Rick Wilson and Carl Greenfield. It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Aquinas Blue.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to John Shelton Court in Onalaska High School. Rick Wilson along with Terry Erickson, and tonight we're bringing you the...
Excuse me?
What did I say?
You said Terry Erickson.
I did. I got that wrong. Carl Greenfield. And
Yeah,
Rick
I know
Wilson.
you do a lot of games with Terry. I
do
get
way
it.
too many games with Terry, no question about it, but it's good to have you with me here tonight, Carl. So tonight, the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Hi, everybody. Let's do this one time. Hi, the Hilltoppers come in tonight 5-1 in conference. They're number 2. The only team they've lost to in conference, I believe, is the Central Red Raiders. Onalaska is 12-2 overall. They beat Holman most recently in a real drubbing, 91-48. They really pounded them down. This team averages about 71 points a game. They're going up against the Aquinas Blue Golds, who are 5-9 overall, all 2-2 in conference, averaging only 48 points a game. And we saw them on Saturday, Carl. They took on La Crescent, lost to them 70-58. Not a good sign, you know, because that's the same team that Onalaska beat by 34 points.
Yeah, so you look at it on paper, and yes, this is obviously an Onalaska team that is well-tested, well-proven. They are number 6 in Division II in the state of Wisconsin, so a very strong squad for Aquinas to go against. But we always see it every year. Aquinas may not have the gaudy record. They may not have some of the stars that they've had in the past, but they always improve as the January and February months get going, and they're always difficult to face in Division IV because they jump up a couple of divisions to play in the MVC. They play, you know, generally tougher opponents that they're going to face in the postseason.
True.
So even though they may finish the season below 500 or around 500, they could very easily make some rumblings in the Division IV playoffs.
You're right.
So this team is not a team to be forgotten, for sure.
Well, and early on in the season, they had injury problems. Gavin Wetzel, of course, was out. He had an injury from football. He was out for quite a number of games. And then Murfeld played the first couple games, and then he was out for a number of games. And I think, my own opinion, he was very slow coming back in terms of, here's a young man that always seems to hit in the high teens or 20s for a game. He was doing 7 and 8 and 6 in those first games when he came back after his injury. So now here we are later on in the season, and as you said, you know, all the teams, I think, as they get closer to playoffs, start to really play their best ball. And
I just feel like Aquinas has always had that ability to take it to that next level. And so with Brandon Murfeld now, seems to be fully healthy. He's now got his season average up to 16.8 points per game.
Yep.
You got Jacob Savadelli, a proven veteran now. He's a senior, and he's been doing his thing, and he's been playing well. I think one of the things to watch is Quinn Miskowski, the freshman, is going to get a start tonight for Aquinas, and so, you know, he's a good shooter. He's you know, proven himself to force his way into Brad Reinhardt's starting lineup, and I think that's something to keep an eye out for the Aquinas Blue Golds tonight.
And you watch him. I don't know if you remember a young man named Peterson that played for the Blue Golds. He was their point guard. I couldn't tell you
about
how
a half dozen years ago.
Was that when it was? Yeah, it
seems
like it was a while ago. But this young Miskowski reminds me a lot of him. He's got that quickness to him. He can shoot the three-pointer. Matter of fact, against La Crescent the other day, he had his season high. He hit 12 points on that night, and the kid averages 88% on his free throws. That's pretty good for a young freshman.
Absolutely. That shows you poise. That shows you confidence. That shows you good mechanics. He's a very good mechanical shooter, and so yeah. I mean, you can see him knocking down threes in the warm-ups here. So I think he's going to be somebody to watch. Now, for the Onalaska Hilltoppers, one of the things that they're going to need to do is keep Tyrell Stutley out of foul trouble. The last couple games that I've seen Tyrell Stutley played, he's gotten into foul trouble, and so therefore he's had to sit on the bench. He's a very aggressive player. He's strong. He's physical, and sometimes that gets you into a bit of a trouble from a foul standpoint.
Yeah, very true.
One of the big challenges for Aquinas is going to be how do they match up physically with the size of the Onalaska Hilltoppers, because you've got Tyrell Stutley at 6'4", Carson Arntz playing the perimeter at 6'5", and then you have Gavin McGrath, the only 6'9" in the entire conference.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be very difficult. Bryce Lee has his hands full tonight down low with Stutley and McGrath. And then who's going to take on Carson Arntz on the perimeter?
You got to put
Jacob
Gavin
Savadelli
Wetzel, or I'm thinking Wetzel. Wetzel's 6'2",
yeah,
so maybe
both
he'd
those
go
guys
out there.
that would have that capability perhaps, but the size is going to make a difference.
Absolutely. The Blue Gold, you mentioned, they've got two players that are consistently in double figures. Arntz and Stutley also consistently in double figures. We're going to get started here. It looks like we're about ready for the Star Spangled Banner, so we're going to have to cut ourselves off here. We can go on another 5 minutes.
We got excited.
We
did.
Good. Okay. We'll take a break, folks, as they do the Star Spangled Banner. We'll be back with the tip-off in just a little bit. We're watching them tonight, folks. It's the Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Aquinas Blue Golds coming up after this.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star Maintenance Program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where...
Welcome back, everybody. Rick Wilson along with Carl Greenfield, and we are just about ready to introduce the starting lineups to you here tonight. We'll start with the Aquinas Blue Golds. Coach for the Blue Golds, of course, Brad Reinhardt. And assistant coaches Jeff Reinhardt and Mike Nelke. And for the Blue Golds, let's get started here. 6'2" junior, number 4 is Gavin Wetzel. Number 10, 5'11" senior, Brandon Murfeld. Number 12, this is the freshman we talked about, 5'9" freshman, Quinn Miskowski. And number 34, 6'1" senior, Jacob Salvadelli. And number 40, the 6'4" senior, Bryce Lee. And I'm sure we'll see Andrew Skemp out there. I'm sure Jared Everson will be out there, possibly Chris Wilson, Justin Bosch. We'll see some of the other
Joe
players
Salvadelli.
Yep, they'll come off the bench.
Max Gallagher, perhaps a little bit.
Now coming out for the Onalaska Hilltoppers now. Of course, the coach of the Hilltoppers, Craig Cole. Here he is, number 1, 6' junior, 6'5" junior, Carson Arntz. And number 3, a 6'4" junior, Tyrell Stutley. Number 5, a 6'1" sophomore, Sam Kick. Number 10, a 5'10" junior, Dakota Mantle. And number 13, the 6'9" sophomore, Gavin McGrath. It always amazes me that Onalaska team, it's only one senior on the whole team.
And that's Jonathan Flanagan. And Jonathan Flanagan is a really good player off the bench.
Oh, yeah.
He can knock down threes like there's no tomorrow. And this is a very deep Onalaska team. We'll see some of Victor Desmond coming off the bench.
Sure.
I really like his game. Hank Olson, very good defender coming off the bench.
But my point was, this team is going to be really good
it's
for a couple
really
of years
good for
to
a
come,
long time, that's for sure.
So out
for
front,
sure through next year, because you'll have Stutley and Arntz as seniors, and Dakota Manuel as a senior.
McGrath is a junior. And center court, McGrath and Wetzel as we get underway, and McGrath out jumps Wetzel. Anybody surprised?
Not me.
And Onalaska will get the first possession. Sam Kick to Tyrell Stutley. Stutley now looking Wetzel right in the face. We're looking to see it is Salvadelli on Carson Arntz. We talked about that.
Kind of what I thought it would be.
And look at that, underneath to Arntz, and he goes to the basket and gets fouled.
Looked like Arntz was almost trying to go up for a dunk on that one, and fortunately for him, he was fouled.
Fortunately, huh?
Otherwise, I think he might have missed it. That foul was on Bryce Lee. That's his first. That's something to watch.
And there's our first points. Onalaska puts one up. And 2. And that foul on Bryce Lee. He's going to have to watch it too, because Bryce Lee has a tendency to get into foul trouble, much like we talked about Stutley.
Bryce Lee really didn't pick up basketball until last year. He was a football player, and he's a good athlete. You can see the offensive lineman build in him.
There's Murfeld, puts one up, and nope, off the rim it comes, and the Hilltoppers will get the rebound.
Good look for Murfeld there.
And I think Lee is being looked at by a couple of schools for football.
That's no surprise.
Sam Kick puts one up, doesn't go. Back underneath to McGrath, kicked out to Carson Arntz, and he'll take the shot, in and out. Miskowski gets the rebound for the Blue Golds. He'll bring it down. Looks like they'll run Miskowski at the point. See if that's going to be his role here tonight. They try to go inside to Lee, and it gets knocked away.
Good
People
defense there by
diving
McGrath.
for the ball. There's McGrath picking it up, hands it to Stutley, pushed ahead to Carson Arntz quickly, and off the rim it comes. Doesn't go. Out of bounds. They're going to say Onalaska ball.
I like to see that. You saw Stutley hitting the floor, you saw McGrath hitting the floor, and they were rewarded with the basketball.
2-0. Onalaska in the lead now as they bring it inbounds. There's Mantle goes underneath to Arntz, and a block by Wetzel knocks it right out of Arntz's hands. Nice.
Not a great decision there by Carson Arntz. He was double teamed. He had McGrath on the weak side, could have passed it over to him and had an easy layup.
Salvadelli now to Wetzel. It's good to see Gavin Wetzel looking stronger all the time out there.
Yeah, I was at that game where he got hurt against West Salem, and that really changed the face of that football team for the rest of the season with Gavin Wetzel not out there.
Shots up and doesn't go. There's a putback, though.
We'll give that one to Bryce Lee, I think.
We should, yeah. So it's 2-2 now. We're all tied up as we get things underway here. Just a couple minutes into the game here. 15:40 left in the first half, and here's Dakota Mantle. Oh, looking for Stutley. Out of bounds it goes.
It was the right idea, just didn't execute that one.
Joe Salvadelli coming in, and Bryce Lee will sit down. Here comes Murfeld for the Blue Golds. Gets that over to Wetzel. Wetzel now back to Murfeld.
That's the nice thing about Murfeld is that he serves a dual role. He's obviously their best shooter and their best point scorer, but he's a very good ball handler as well.
Interesting, McGrath out in the corner there as opposed to under the basket. They put him in front of Salvadelli though. There's a feed into Wetzel. Wetzel will try to go to the hoop, and he does. And Gavin Wetzel puts it in for 2. And the Blue Golds take the lead 4-2.
That was a good job by Wetzel to get Arntz a little bit off his balance and reach around the long arms of Arntz on defense.
Here's Mantle for 3.
That's great
Nails
ball
it.
movement there.
Dakota Mantle puts in a 3, and the Hilltoppers take the lead 5-4.
They make the extra pass, and they get rewarded with a three-pointer. Yeah, that's the thing about McGrath, out on the perimeter. He's not just a post player. He's a good athlete, and he can cover defensively all around.
Yeah, he actually has a pretty good shot, too. He can hit it from outside.
Very
there.
nice soft touch.
I've seen him do that, yeah.
Maybe a 17-foot jumper or so. And that's what 6'9" does for you.
Yeah. Hilltoppers with the ball now. Here's Arntz again on the perimeter to Stutley, back to Arntz. Blue Golds working a man defense, it looks like. Nice feed to McGrath. That didn't work.
A little bit off the mark. You could tell it was an obvious screen and roll situation. Of course, John Stockton and Karl Malone perfected that over the years. So they've got a little bit of work to get to that level.
Yeah. Well, he's a sophomore.
They're both sophomores.
Yep. Kick gets the rebound, didn't make the basket. Arntz now. Back to Arntz again. The Blue Golds try to move in. There's a shot up, and that time it goes in. Nice move to the basket by Arntz.
He's got 4 points now.
Hilltoppers go up 7-4. 13 minutes left in the first half here. Rick Wilson along with Carl Greenfield bringing you tonight's game. Salvadelli to Murfeld. It's up, and there's a three-pointer.
There you go. Brandon Murfeld getting on the board.
And it's tied up at 7 apiece.
Had a nice win in the varsity reserve game for the Hilltoppers. 45-33 was the final in that one. That was a good game to watch.
Greg Cole not too happy with one of his players there, it looks like.
He's given Dakota Mantle an earful.
Miskowski with the ball now. He'll drive in, puts it up, doesn't go, and McGrath is there for the rebound.
Out of control.
Threw that away.
Jonathan Flanagan's in now.
And that was intended for Flanagan, but went out of bounds. Kind of overthrew him, I think.
Hank Olson coming in, replacing Sam Kick.
Murfeld gets the inbound pass, goes right to the hoop, gives it to Salvadelli for 3, doesn't go. McGrath with the rebound. Still tied at 7 apiece here, 12:22 left, first half. Hank Olson to Arntz. To Tyrell Stutley, back to Arntz.
There's a really stagnant offense here from Onalaska. There's not a lot of movement.
No kidding. They seem to be standing in place.
A 2-3 zone, and the best way to beat a zone is to stretch it and get it moving.
Or do what Jonathan Flanagan
shoot from
just
the outside.
did. Yeah. There's a three-pointer.
They were fortunate that they came out of there with a three-pointer because they were really stagnant. If you get the ball moving against a zone defense, you stretch it, and it distorts it, and it really forces difficult decisions by the defenders.
10-7 our score now. The Hilltoppers up by 3 with 11:40 left. Going to see Desmond come in now. They're going to let Stutley sit down for a little bit.
Bryce Lee back in for Aquinas replacing Gavin Wetzel. Flanagan, a really nice backup point guard. Not just a good three-point shooter.
And there's a three-point shot, though. It didn't go that time. Desmond will get the rebound for the Hilltoppers. Back to Flanagan. And here's McGrath. Oh, Bryce Lee got in his way. And that ball comes down and back to the Blue Golds. Miskowski to Murfeld. Bryce Lee trying to set a screen out there for Murfeld, but Hilltoppers aren't taking it.
Good switch on that screen. There's a physical mismatch.
Salvadelli takes it up and puts it in. Nice move by Jacob Salvadelli.
I mean, Jonathan Flanagan probably gives up about 50 pounds to Jacob Salvadelli.
10-9.
At least.
Hilltoppers are up by 1 with 10:40 left. If you're watching our game tonight on the internet, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, and then every time we do a game, you'll get a little email telling you that KQEG just went live with whichever game it is.
I got a notification on my phone from the YouTube app.
Yep.
To tell me that it was
Carson Arntz for 2.
That there was a game going on, because you know what? I'm a subscriber too.
There you go. It's the way to do it. 12-9 now. Onalaska up by 3. 10:14 left in the half. Here's Murfeld to Miskowski.
Stutley's break is going to be pretty short. He's already set to come back in.
Not too surprising. Looks like, is that Andrew Skemp going to be coming in for
That's possible.
The Blue Golds? I think that's who that is. Desmond to the hoop, doesn't go.
Nice move to get there, and a good effort by Arntz to save it.
Yeah, Arntz kicks it out now. This is Ben Olson. Hank Olson, rather. He goes to the hoop, doesn't get there, though. Runs into that wall that is Bryce Lee.
Yeah, Bryce Lee, probably around 250 pounds or so. That's not fun to hit.
Desmond gets the rebound off of Miskowski's missed 3. Flanagan now to Desmond, over to Olson. Desmond again to Arntz. Back in the corner, Flanagan. They'd love to get Flanagan open, let him take that three-point shot from the corner there. It's McGrath to Desmond. Oh, doesn't go. McGrath with a rebound and a putback. He'll get fouled.
It's one thing that Gavin McGrath does really well from the post is that he's a very good post passer.
Yeah.
And he found Victor Desmond. He wasn't able to make the shot, but got the rebound and sees himself at the free throw line.
And he missed it. McGrath puts one up.
That's a fairly rare miss for Gavin McGrath. He's a 72% free throw shooter on the season. Bryce Lee picked up his second foul, so that really hurts for the Blue Golds.
Hank Olson goes out. Sam Kick comes back in.
Here comes Stutley, and McGrath will sit down.
And we do have
Andrew Skemp is out there
too. Yeah.
Skemp's a 5'11" sophomore.
Salvadelli feeds Skemp. Salvadelli to Murfeld. Let's see if Murfeld can do something with it. He feeds it inside to Wetzel. Back to Wetzel again.
You got Jared Everson out there as well.
Skemp takes a shot, doesn't go.
I like that spin move, though.
That was nice. Desmond with the rebound. Arntz thought he was going to do that, but I guess not. And he misses the layup. Here's Stutley. There you go.
I think Carson Arntz found himself with a bad handle on that pass, and that's what forced him to not take the three-pointer.
Well, we've got a timeout, and our score 15-9. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching high school basketball on KQEG TV.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you...
Welcome back, everybody. A little timeout action there. 15-9 our score now. The Hilltoppers are in the lead.
8.5 minutes to go.
Whoa, knocked away by Desmond. Look at this. Quick shot.
That's Stutley.
And in it goes. Stutley, yeah, with a nice move to the basket. I don't think they're going to. Are they going to give him that? They haven't put it up there
yet. They're going to give him the basket. They're going to give him the three-point play opportunity. Andrew Skemp with the foul. That's 3 team fouls against Aquinas. Still none against the Hilltoppers.
Wow.
Almost 10 minutes into the game.
Stutley hits it. 5 points so far for Stutley.
That's the one part of Tyrell Stutley's game that he's always had room for improvement on, was his free throw shooting. Good to see him knock that one down.
Let's see what the Blue Golds can do now. They need a bucket to stay in this one.
They've been stuck at 9 for a little while here.
Murfeld puts up a wild one. I don't know what he was thinking about that. They're going to say it's a Blue Gold ball, though, off of somebody.
Not a good decision there for Brandon Murfeld.
I don't know if he was looking for a foul or if he just thought that one of his teammates would get the rebound. I don't know. Salvadelli will handle the inbound. He finds Miskowski. Miskowski picks up his dribble, looks for somebody, finds Salvadelli. Now back to Miskowski again.
I like the battle down low with Arntz and Wetzel. Good help defense there, Carson Arntz.
Flanagan there's the senior against the freshman. Senior knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay Aquinas blue ball. 18-9 our score, 7:52 left in the first half. Hilltoppers in the lead. This is Jared Everson in the lineup there. Murfeld back to Everson.
Everson averaging 2.3 points per game. 6'3" sophomore, so we'll be seeing more of him in the years to come. First foul against Onalaska goes to Carson Arntz. And he's going to sit down. McGrath will come back in.
Miskowski across to Murfeld again. Flanagan working on Murfeld. Wetzel hands it back to him. Baseline, back out again. Oh, and it goes over and back. Everson's got a hair thing going on there, doesn't he?
It's something. It's something I'm incapable of.
It's like bed hair or something.
A little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm incapable of that too.
Yeah, I've been incapable of it for about a decade now.
Yeah, me too. Here's Flanagan in the corner for the Hilltoppers. Out to Tyrell Stutley. Now, let's see if Kick can go baseline. Feeds Flanagan. He's open.
That's a spot for him.
And he got it.
Jonathan Flanagan loves the corner 3.
Yeah, you can't let him have that open spot there. He'll put it in every time. 21-9 our score now. Hilltoppers in the lead.
Or as our PA announcer in high school would say, 3-ball, corner pocket.
There you go. Salvadelli for 3. Not this time. Sam Kick will get that rebound. Flanagan with the ball now. He'll drive. Kicks it back out and it goes out of bounds.
He had Gavin McGrath underneath.
Well, the one referee said Blue Gold ball, but the other referee said, oh no, Onalaska ball. Dakota Mantle comes back in. Desmond will sit down. Joe Salvadelli comes in. Miskowski's going to sit down now, give him a rest.
It'd be interesting to see if Bryce Lee comes back in this half at all, or whether he stays on the bench with 2 fouls.
Stutley to Mantle now around the outside. Hilltoppers. They go inside to McGrath. McGrath has to kick it back out, though. Wetzel.
Yeah, the double team came down on him.
Yep.
Nice crossover, Sam Kick.
Flanagan drives, has to pull back. Stutley now going baseline, gets it knocked away. It'll stay Hilltopper ball. Salvadelli must have got a hand in there or a fist or something.
I always find myself watching Gavin McGrath out there. I see a lot of myself in him when I was his age.
Were you 6'9" when you were his age?
No, he's a little taller than I
was going to say, you must have shrunk.
No, I'm about 6'5", and I've been 6'5" since I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
But that wiry frame, need to put on a few pounds. I eventually did, when I was in my 30s. But
Salvadelli, Joe Salvadelli to Jacob.
It's good that they can share as brothers.
Yeah, Everson now. Here's Murfeld. Hugo's trying to find a lane, and that was kind of a...
And the trap.
Yeah, Jared Everson added to that trap. I think we got a timeout now. So
30-second timeout.
Mention to you that one of our sponsors today is Battery Mart. Battery Mart is not just for car batteries, folks. Why, at Battery Mart, you'll find batteries for your boat, your ATV, your motorcycle, lawn tractor, even your snow blower. Yes, that's right. Before the batteries for all your warm and cold weather equipment. Battery Mart's in the industrial park below Gunderson Lutheran, or search for them under batteries. I used to say find them in the yellow pages, but I can't find the yellow pages anymore.
I still get the phone book.
Do you?
It shows up to my house.
There is a phone book still?
I don't really know what to do with it. There's Google for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know there was still a thing as a phone book.
Yeah. In fact, we even have a landline now because it was cheaper to do it that way. Our name shows up in the phone book. I haven't been in the phone book in my entire adult life.
Wow.
Yeah, just like the jerk. The new phone books are in. I'm somebody.
Carson Arntz pushes it down. Here's Mantle with the ball now. 21-9 our score. Blue Golds have been dry for a while here. And Kick puts it up, doesn't go. Murfeld with the rebound. Whoa, almost lost it there. Gets it to Salvadelli, back to Murfeld. Murfeld not really
been relatively
standing
quiet.
out yet. Yeah, 3 points is all he's got so far. And now they lose the ball at turnover. .449 left in the half here. Hilltoppers with a 12-point lead. Here's Arntz driving in, off to, whoa, Stutley almost lost it. He does. Here's a fast break by Murfeld. Up it goes and in. Brandon Murfeld gets things going again for the Blue Golds. 21-11. Back at the other end, Mantle gets fouled as he goes up.
Good effort by Mantle to almost get the English to cooperate with him on that shot off the glass and go in for a three-point play opportunity. Looks like that foul's on Joe Salvadelli.
Mantle puts it in.
His first foul. There's 4 team fouls against the Blue Golds, just the one against Onalaska.
And he misses the second one. So 22-11 our score now with 4:20 left. Hilltoppers up by 11. Jared Everson with the ball now. Back to him again.
I've noticed more and more players are going with this style with the shorts. They invert the waistband on them, and then they have the tag hanging out.
Is that what that is? I wondered what that was.
Yeah. Got a foul against Dakota Mantle, and he's looking for an all ball, and I think he might have a.
Well, there you go. Now they have 2. You feel better because you said they
maybe
only
a
had
bit.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lonely foul. Now that foul has a friend.
There you go. Salvadelli. Joe Salvadelli will try to put one in, and he misses. Every basket, every opportunity is important here. Put it up again, and he misses again. 22-11, 3:50 left in the first half. Hilltoppers in the lead. Here's Kick into the corner for Arntz. He'll put it up and in and out. Wetzel with the rebound. Murfeld will hang around to help him get that thing across the center line, and he does.
Flanagan looking to check in with Miskowski as well.
Salvadelli loses it. Kick picks it up. Pushes it down to Stutley. Stutley to the hoop, and he's got it.
I love watching Tyrell Stutley around the rim. His ability to change hands in midair and just he's got a comfort level that most players do not have at his age.
24-11, 3:08 left. Bryce Lee's checking back in now. You wondered whether or not he'd be back in before the half ended. He's got 2 fouls.
I'm actually somewhat surprised with the amount of time that he did sit out. With 3 minutes left, do you run him out there and risk getting a 3rd foul before halftime?
Because he tends to be a foul magnet. Have you noticed that? He tends to collect fouls pretty quickly. There's Mantle to the hoop and followed in by Sam Kick, and he'll put it in. And Sam Kick picks up his first points.
That's great hustle by Sam Kick to follow that one.
Wetzel gets blocked by Arntz that time.
Strong move by Wetzel, just didn't get it to go.
Here's Flanagan with the reverse layup, and he puts it in for 2.
There it is. A little bit of a run here for Onalaska.
Yeah,
6-0 run here.
28-11 now. Blue Goals are going to have trouble digging out of this one. Here's Bryce Lee.
There's his 3rd foul.
You could tell the way he lowered his shoulder into Carson Arndt's chest. I mean,
works when you're trying to take on a linebacker, but that doesn't work when you've got the basketball.
Yeah, and they'll take him quickly, take him out.
That's going to be the last we'll see of him this half.
Yeah, Salvadelli comes back in. Joe.
And like I said, he played a little bit in middle school, it sounds like, but never really played in high school until last year. And so Bryce Lee is still kind of learning the game of basketball.
Stutley puts in another one, 30-11 now. So we got a little break going on here. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to mention another one of our sponsors. Remind you that Blaschke and Schneider Funeral Homes are one of our sponsors tonight, providing thoughtful services for over 80 years. 2 locations, Caledonia Street and West Avenue. Before the game ends tonight, we'll choose a Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home player of the game for both Aquinas and Onalaska. That'll be coming up later tonight. Stick around. Who will it be? Who shall it be?
The suspense is killing me,
I know
Rick.
it will. It's that way. What can I say?
Now, granted, we kind of have control over that.
Yeah. 30-11 our score, just under 2 minutes left. First half here. Not too bad a crowd for a cold night tonight. It was like -2 at start tonight, I think.
I took a look at it, -5.
Was it down to, okay.
According to the Weather Channel.
Just keeps right on going down, doesn't it?
You know, it's like for football games, we always talk about kickoff temperature. We don't talk about tip-off temperature very often.
That's true, we don't.
When it's this cold and going to get colder next week, it kind of becomes a subject matter.
Murfeld in a trap down there, finally gets it away to Miskowski. Here's Salvadelli now with the ball. He's got Stutley in front of him. Miskowski once again. He'll just take that shot. Ooh, almost. Murfeld tries for a 3-pointer. Doesn't go.
Call that a Midwest Players Classic 3-pointer.
Is that what that was?
Because they've got that NBA 3-point line out there.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Inside to Stutley. There's another one.
Double digits already for Stutley. He's got 11 points.
Great feed inside to him, too. 32 now to 11. Hilltoppers are running away with this early.
This is kind of the way that game that was played at Aquinas between these two teams went.
Yep.
Onalaska winning that one 78-42. And it seems like we're kind of headed that direction tonight.
Again. Arntz and Kick will go out. Olson comes back in. Flanagan back in. Or, excuse me, Desmond. Here's Murfeld with the ball now for the Blue Golds. They could use a basket here before the half. Murfeld will take it underneath, has to come back out. He stepped out.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
And it's just every little break not going their way.
Here's Flanagan. Takes it baseline, has to come back up. And Olson now.
no reason to rush at this point. Up by 21, 32 seconds to go. You might see the Hilltoppers play for one shot.
Yeah, might just go to the end here.
It's a three-man weave up top.
Olson now back to Mantle.
Figure they'll go with about 8.
8 seconds, you think?
Yep.
Here we go, 8 seconds. Here's Stutley. Stutley will get fouled going in with 4 seconds left. Wetzel will pick up that foul, his first, I believe. So that puts Stutley at the line. Makes the first one.
You know, I see a lot of his sister's game in him, Tyrell.
Yeah?
Taylor Stutley's game,
Sure.
very similar. Really good around the hoop.
34-11 now. There's a long ball by Murfeld, doesn't go, and it brings us to the end of the half. And our score at the end of the half is 34-11. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with more in just a little bit, everybody. Stick around. You're watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. We'll be back after these messages.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse. Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime here at Onalaska. Our score 34-11. I think I saw a Green Bay Packer fan over there. Did you see that, Carl, with the Green Bay Packer?
Yeah, we try and avoid those.
Yeah,
you and I.
That's right.
Anyway, got a couple of Bears fans here. So.
What a game we've got so far. The Hilltoppers seem to be running away with it. I would say the Blue Golds are having a tough time dealing with the height situation, which is something you talked about in the pregame.
That's definitely one of the contributing factors. Also, they're struggling to get any sort of penetration against the Onalaska defense. Part of that is height related, but part of that is just the athleticism of Onalaska. They bring it in so close. They often double team the ball carrier, ball handler. Here I am. I'm still in football mode.
Yeah, I understand.
The ball handler tries to take a drive. They double team. They get forced into a trap. They end up trying to work their way out of it. They get into a turnover, and Onalaska likes to take off with a fast break. Maybe not quite as much as, say, the Central Red Raiders do, but Onalaska loves a fast break, and they've had a few of those tonight. Yeah,
and you're right. The Blue Golds just haven't had the ability to cut to the basket like they need to. And the few times that they've had, the ball was blocked. There was like 3 Hilltoppers in the way. So, yeah, they haven't had much luck doing that. Why don't you run down some scores for us? I think you've been keeping track over there.
For the Aquinas Blue Golds, limited scoring, obviously only 11 points for them total. Brandon Murfeld has 5, and then 2 apiece from Gavin Wetzel, Jacob Savadelli, and Bryce Lee. Bryce Lee with 3 fouls, so that's been hurting their ability to combat some of the height issues. For the Blue Golds in the game, they're 4 out of 9 on 2-pointers, only 1 3-pointer, 1 for 6, and they're 0 for 2 from the free throw line. So that has not been a good night so far. For the Hilltoppers, 13 points for Tyrell Stutley. A lot of really easy baskets for him under the hoop. He's been doing some good work there. 8 points for Jonathan Flanagan, 6 for Carson Arns, 4 for Dakota Mantle, 2 for Sam Kick, and 1 for Gavin McGrath. 9 out of 17 from the field, 3 out of 8 for 3-pointers for the Hilltoppers, 7 out of 9 from the free throw line, so they've had a very good night there so far, and only 2 fouls against them.
Wow, I tell you, what a great night so far for the Hilltoppers. And the Blue Golds just not able to get it done yet. So, well, our score at the half is 34-11. And we'll take a break again, and we'll come back with more in just a little bit. Second half coming up, folks. Stick around.
It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star Maintenance Program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find.
Welcome back, everybody. Second half just about to get underway as we see the players warming up on both sides. How do you think Bryce Lee having 3 fouls is going to affect the Blue Golds? Is that going to keep him on the bench?
I think at a certain point you just have to say we're going to have to take our chances and get him out there because of his defensive abilities and his size. That's been a killer on the defensive side to not have any sort of a force in the middle. I mean, he's really the only one above 6'2" on the whole roster, and so it makes it pretty tough when you've got a starting lineup that features 6'4", 6'5", and 6'9" for Onalaska.
Yeah. Hey, Bacalar Sausage, one of our sponsors today. They produce quality, award-winning sausage products since 1935, made with the finest ingredients using recipes handed down through generations. Bacalar's products are available at your local grocery store. If you're planning a cookout, remember, a grill is not a grill without Bacalar sausage on it. Bacalar's locally owned and community involved, a fan favorite since 1935.
Makes me miss grilling season.
Yeah, well, you could still grill. We grill. It's just because it's a little cold, you know.
Yeah, just
run outside,
little.
run outside, put it on the grill, run back inside,
yeah.
That kind of thing. All right, here we go. And bounces off of Wetzel's head there, but here's a fast break then for the Blue Golds, and he gets it stolen away. Nice block by Arntz.
Good play there just to prevent the easy layup.
Yeah. So it'll be Blue Gold ball, but as you said, Arntz got in the way there, and clean block. Knocked it away. Salvadelli gets inside to Bryce Lee. Here's Lee now. Tries to feed to Murfeld, and now he's up against, there we go. Bryce Lee puts one in as he gets it past McGrath.
Got it blocked once, but he stuck with it.
He did. And then Lee just got his hand on that one, too. Knocked it off over his shoulder, it looked like. But
so you see the impact that he's already having on the game.
Miskowski back out to Salvadelli. Salvadelli tries to drive. Back out to Miskowski. Oh, loose ball. Gets away from him. And the Hilltoppers pick it up. Oh, Wetzel went after the ball, and he left a door open for Arntz in the process.
Pretty good body control for Carson Arntz to adjust to that tipped pass and then adjust on the shot too.
36-13 now. Hilltoppers in the lead. Second half just getting underway here. Rick Wilson along with Carl Greenfield bringing you tonight's game. There's Murfeld with a shot up, doesn't go. They're going to call a foul on Lee.
Foul number 4. Just can't catch a break.
So he'll go out. It looks like they were planning on sending somebody in anyway, so in comes Salvadelli, Joe Salvadelli. And now Hilltoppers with the ball. 36-13, 16:30 left in the game. Arntz. To Mantle, back to Arntz again.
A lot of screen and roll from this Onalaska offense.
Rebound, Stutley puts it back for 2.
Stutley now with 15 points.
38-13. Oh, Salvadelli tries to go to the hoop. He gets it blocked.
See, and that's a mistake there. One of Gavin McGrath's best attributes is as a shot blocker. So a shot fake is so crucial in those situations. Yeah. You can get him up in the air and then you can draw a foul.
You can't drive straight into him and try to shoot over him. That's not going to work. Miskowski now back to get Wetzel. Here's Murfeld. Murfeld hasn't been scoring a lot tonight. He's got, 5 points so far. And he averages 17. Wetzel goes underneath. Nice move. Puts it up high on the glass to get it for 2.
It's one of the things that Terry Erickson and I were talking about during the Midwest Players Classic about how so many players need to go higher on the glass on bank shots.
Look at that. Three-pointer by Carson Arntz, 41-15 now.
That's the first three-pointer for Carson Arntz tonight. He's got 11 points.
Wetzel again, looking to try to pass it to somebody, but he picks it back up as it got knocked away. Now to Murfeld. Murfeld for 3. No, doesn't get it. And it looked like Wetzel knocked it out of McGrath's hand.
That 3 was out of rhythm. The pass got there a little bit off target, and Murfeld had to adjust, and you could tell right as soon as he let it go that it just wasn't going to go in.
Stutley. Arntz now. And there's Kick for 3, and he hits it.
That's Sam Kick doing his best thing as a three-point shooter.
Well, you know, coming up later in February, I don't know exactly the date, but the Hilltoppers will again meet the Red Raiders, and it'll be up here. I'll bet you've got that date over there, don't
That'll
you?
be Tuesday, February 12th.
Yep.
I'll be at a choir rehearsal, so I won't be able to.
Well, you'll have your phone with you. You can watch the game.
That's right.
Well, everybody else is singing.
The director probably might frown upon that.
Well, could be, but that's going to be quite a night. I tell you, this place will be rocking. I'm sure they'll open up everything up here, and we'll be here with our cameras. So if you can't make it, we'll definitely feed it to you on the internet and play it back the next night. Coming up next week, we've got Tuesday night, Luther at West Salem. The girls will be playing up there. And then Thursday, we got a doubleheader, West Salem at Luther boys and Central at Aquinas boys.
A couple of good matchups there.
Could be. We'll see. It could be the Blue Goals could get another beatdown against the Red Raiders.
We can give them the benefit of the doubt.
We'll see what happens. Here's Desmond now. Victor Desmond will drive in. Nope, he's going to kick it back out. That's Gamoki. Evan Gamoki in the lineup, number 24.
Saw him playing in the varsity reserve game, along with Rivers Zumach, whom we might be seeing coming off the bench in tonight's game.
He had some nice shots during that VR game tonight. Doesn't go. McGrath is there with a putback. Doesn't go. Gets the rebound again. He's going to get fouled.
No continuation on that one.
Yep, no basket. They're going to put that on Wetzel. Yep, looks like they will. 2 on Gavin Wetzel now.
2 team fouls against the Blue Golds.
Hank Olson also in the lineup. Oh,
quick hands.
Quick hands. Salvadelli knocks it away.
Jump ball. Jump ball. Craig Cole, always the teacher on the sideline, helping out his team, giving instructions, even in the heat of the moment.
44-15, the Hilltoppers with only one of their starters in right now.
Now a 2-on-1 situation, and Max Gauger gave that up too early. I think he could have forced McGrath into a decision there.
Salvadelli drives, puts it up over Desmond, doesn't go, and the rebound, Flanagan picks it up. Here's Desmond to the hoop, he's got it. Victor Desmond with another 2 for the Hilltoppers.
That's his first bucket of the night.
46-15 now.
I like Victor Desmond. He's got good long arms, good athlete, fearless driving the lane.
Gauger back to Murfeld. He'll take the 3-point shot. Doesn't go. Rebound to Olson this time, and he'll push it down to Desmond again.
Brandon Murfeld 1 for 6 on 3-pointers. He's just not had the stroke tonight.
Here's Flanagan. Feeds McGrath. McGrath puts it up. Off the glass it comes, and he's got 2.
Good play by Flanagan, finding McGrath there.
There we go. Max Gauger puts in a 3-pointer.
5'11" senior putting that one in.
48-18 our score now.
Gauger averaging 2.1 points per game. So already beating his season average.
There you go. Desmond again with the ball. Good ball movement even by these bench players. Look at that. Flanagan putting it in for 2. Nicely done. He's got 10 points now. Steps into double figures for the Hilltoppers.
I wouldn't be surprised if those 4 starters that are not on the floor for Onalaska stay on the bench.
Yeah, they're probably done for tonight.
Carson Arntz looks pretty comfy over there.
But coming in now, here's Michael Skemp, and you're going to see McGrath, who was the only starter in there. He's going to go sit down. So Craig Cole with all of his with all bench players in right now.
Mostly starters, with the exception of Gauger and Joe Savadelli on the floor for Brad Reinhardt. Little shuffle over the feet.
In there. You see that a lot, don't you? You'll see a lot of players will start that little shuffle before they start to dribble.
Yep.
I mean, we saw that a lot yesterday, I think, too, at the girls' game, or excuse me, Tuesday.
Oh, no, that was last night.
No, that was last night. It was Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was watching that one on the stream from my living room.
You were. Skemp now puts that in. Nice. Michael Skemp hits a 3.
A 6-foot freshman getting into the action there.
Here's Murfeld with the ball. Flanagan right up against him.
So the thing that Brad Reinhardt needs to do now is get Andrew Skemp out there, and then we have a Skemp on both sides.
Gauger pulls up, shoots.
Look at Max
nice.
Gauger having a good night. Making a couple of baskets.
53-20 now. 10 minutes, 14 seconds left in the game.
Evan Gamoki, obviously the younger brother of a couple of
Flanagan,
very skilled Gamokis. Olivia and Emma.
55-20. Yeah, I understand UWL women are having a great season.
And what do they have, 1 or 2 losses on the whole season?
That's something like that, and they've got a bunch of freshmen on the starting lineup.
Kendra Lease from Holman on that team, and Emma Gamoki, and
Steiner from Aquinas.
Kaya Steiner.
Yep. Whitney Raisin, I believe, is there.
Whitney Raisin also from Aquinas.
Murfeld tries to put one in. Wetzel's going to put back. There we go. Wetzel will get another 2 for the Blue Golds.
Look at the effort level there from Gavin Wetzel. 33-point deficit. He's still fighting.
Desmond now drives. Nope, into the corner to Gamoki.
Good ball movement.
Excellent. Skemp now back to Desmond, back to Skemp.
See, I want to say Landon Skemp whenever I see a Skemp for
Is that right?
Onalaska.
There's Salvadelli gets in there, knocks it away.
See, Craig Cole didn't even put a hand up to knock that away. Just let it knock him off the shoulder.
Dakota Mandel's going to come back in, and they're going to give Flanagan a rest. For Aquinas, it looks like Chris Wilson is in the lineup now. And
first we've seen of the 5'10 freshman.
And Miskowski comes back in. Olsen now to Skemp again from the corner, and he hits another one.
Michael Skemp with 2 3-pointers. Freshman having himself a night.
Yeah, 58-22 now. Salvadelli to Gauger. Gauger will put up a 3. Close, but no cigar.
Why not? Max Gauger had the hot hand. It was actually the first shot he's missed.
Miskowski puts one up. There we go. Quinn Miskowski puts one in. His first points on the night. 58-24. Gamoki to Olsen. Olsen will put up a 3 off the rim. And
good hustle by Wetzel, but he found himself on the end line.
He fell out of bounds when he went down with it.
I like to see the sportsmanship there. Skemp helping up Wetzel.
Isaac Hellickson in the lineup now.
We saw Isaac Hellickson have a nice game in the varsity reserve contest. 5'10" junior. Like the spin move from Gamoki.
Skemp again. Well, not that time. That's the first one he's missed.
Isaac Hellickson can easily get hot from the outside.
Salvadelli to Miskowski. He'll take the 3. Nope, doesn't go. Desmond picks it up. Here's Gamoki. Back to Desmond. From the corner, Gamoki. Boom! It's a 3.
Wow.
You no kidding. 61-24.
I think tonight is just one of those nights for Onalaska where even the toughest of shots are going down like they're easy.
Wilson puts one up, in and out, doesn't go.
Got it traveling against him.
Here comes River Zumock into the lineup now.
Victor Desmond going to sit down. River Zumock, 5'9" and well built. Only a sophomore.
Well, while we watch the Hilltoppers with the ball, let me remind you, one of our sponsors is Fiesta Mexicana. For truly delicious, authentic, and fresh Mexican food, make it Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Burritos, fajitas, chimichangas, and margaritas in multiple flavors. Sit inside. Well, you're going to want to sit outside. Forget the patio, folks. It's a little cold. There's a 3 by Olson. Also, Fiesta Mexicana can cater and host your next party or special event. Make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side.
8 there not too long ago.
64-24 now.
Just good food all around.
Good food, absolutely.
They've got a huge menu, too.
Yeah.
You could go there 40 times and get 40 different things.
You could. Gauger puts one in for the Blue Golds. Boy, he's having a nice night coming off the fence.
7 points for Max Gauger.
5:42 left, 64-26 our score. Poked away by Wilson, picked back up, though, by the Hilltoppers. Skemp again with it. Now Hellickson. Here's River Zumock. Drives in. Loses it going in, but it'll stay Hilltopper ball.
So something to note, every single Hilltopper that has seen the floor so far tonight has scored except Isaac Hellickson and River Zumock.
But they just got in.
But
so
they're in.
There's still a chance.
They have the opportunity.
Hellickson back to Gamoki. Hellickson takes the 3-shot. Ooh, a little air ball kind of thing. So blue gold ball with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left. It looks like we've got a continuous running clock now, too. Everson to Miskowski. Miskowski throws it back to Salvadelli, but I don't think he was ready for it. So
no look pass. You got to know that the recipient is going to be ready.
Absolutely, and apparently he wasn't. Olson now out to Skemp. Here's River Zumock again.
See, I like the energy and the action from this second unit from Onalaska. They're
no kidding.
Making the best use of this playing time that they don't normally get. Although they've played in a handful of games late with some big leads. Not a foreign concept for them.
Yeah. Corner, Skemp again. He's hit from that corner quite a bit. Ball gets loose, goes out of bounds. Another one of our sponsors tonight, Schumacher Kish Funeral Home, serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years with traditional services or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. That's Schumacher Kish in La Crosse, La Crescent, and in Onalaska. Miskowski will get his hands on that one and take it quickly down court. Out of bounds. Don't forget, if you'd like a copy of tonight's game, you can pick one up just by getting a hold of us, and we'll set you up while we see the Hilltoppers bringing down another basket here and putting one up. Doesn't go. We will take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
And we're back, just as they take a timeout, huh?
Who
made that last basket?
I think that was Isaac Hellickson.
All right. But another 2 go on the board for the Hilltoppers, and it's 66-26. And I see they've stopped the clock. I thought we had a continuous running clock there for a while. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left now. Max Gauger hands that one off. In the lineup is Taylor Service. We haven't seen him tonight, along with Will Cambio also in the lineup. Will played in the varsity reserve game earlier tonight. I see Lane Medaw also in the lineup for the Blue Golds.
Will is a 5'7" sophomore, Will Cambio. Lane Medaw, a 6'1" senior, number 33. And Will Cambio gets his first bucket of the night.
Nice move to the hoop by Cambio.
Hank Olson looking to get that 3.
66-28 now. Minute 20 left. Three-pointer put up, doesn't go. Taylor Service looking for a three-point shot there. They throw it all the way down the court, and Zumak doesn't get it, so it's out of bounds. It'll be Blue Gold ball. Here's Max Gauger with the ball. 45 seconds left. Justin Bosch in the lineup, too. We hadn't had a chance to mention his name yet.
5'10" junior Justin Bosch.
Service gets blocked by Zumak. Out of bounds, but the clock keeps on rolling. 66-28 our score now. 20 seconds left. Gauger with a spin move. He loses the ball when he spins, though. There's a three-point shot by Justin Bosch. (66-31), and they'll just let the clock run out now. And our final score is going to be 66-31. Actually, as we talked about earlier, kind of what we expected tonight to see the Hilltoppers, or we suspected based on what we were seeing on paper. The numbers were showing that the Hilltoppers were probably going to run away with this, and indeed they did. So that's a couple of games now that the Onalaska Hilltoppers have really run away with.
They dominated.
Yep, they did the same thing with Holman, 91-48. Here tonight, 66-31. A couple of times, so the Hilltoppers will go 6-1 in conference and 13-2 overall, while the Blue Golds go 5-10 overall and 2-3 in conference. And I think that will slip them down a notch. I believe they were just ahead of was it Toma or Sparta? But anyway, they'll probably be tied with them now.
I think it was Toma that they were ahead of, if I'm not mistaken. But
you got some numbers you can run by us?
Yes, I do. For the Aquinas Blue Golds, leading scorer for them, Max Gauger, with 7 points, all in the second half there. Had a nice run there.
Wow.
Brandon Murfeld had 5, 4 for Gavin Wetzel, 4 for Bryce Lee, 3 for Justin Bosch, 2 for Will Cambio, 2 for Quinn Miskowski, and 2 for Jacob Savadelli. And for the Onalaska Hilltoppers,
they had 11 players score. How about that?
The only one who didn't score was River Zumak, but River Zumak played well as well. For leading all scorers was Tyrell Stutley with 15, 12 for Jonathan Flanagan off the bench, 11 for Carson Arntz, and then we had 6 for Michael Skemp, 5 for Sam Kick, 4 for Dakota Mantle, 3 apiece for Hank Olson, Gavin McGrath, and Evan Gamoki, and then 2 apiece for Isaac Hellickson and Victor Desmond to round out the scoring.
All right. Well, you want to pick some players of the game? What do you think?
I'm going to go with Max Gauger. He provided a little spark in the second half, and he was able to knock down some shots, played some good defense. It's easy to pick the leading scorer, but it was a nice little breath of fresh air coming off the bench.
And he was the leading scorer. So But you're right. I think at a time when probably some of the players were thinking, "Oh boy, we've lost this one." He was out there.
Warm up the bus.
He was out here. Yeah, he was out there really playing the game. So I would agree with you on that. I like that choice.
And I'm going to go for Onalaska.
I'd like to vote for Jonathan Flanagan on that one.
I think you're right. I was leaning that way, and I was just kind of.
And again, here's a young man came off the bench, scored, hit 2 threes early on, 8 points in the first half, was there defensively throughout that. I just think he's a natural choice for him.
Yes, he is, and he's an excellent ball handler, too. And so to have a backup point guard that you can trust, senior leader coming off the bench, that's a really valuable asset. So Jonathan Flanagan and Max Gauger, players of the game.
Players of the game. All right, Aquinas goes on to play Sparta on Monday night. Then they'll face Central next week. The Onalaska Hilltoppers play Minnehaha Academy tomorrow. The battle on the border, that should be a really good game.
That's going to be a really tough one for them.
It will be.
Minnehaha taking down Central at the Midwest Players Classic with a very difficult team to face. Jalen Suggs, a 6'4" recruit in football and basketball. He's recruited by Ohio State as a quarterback, and then they have Chet Holmgren, the 7-foot three-point shooter.
Yeah, so, wow. That'll be a tough one for them, and then they'll face Logan next Friday, so that's kind of where things are at. We'll be back on the air Tuesday with some games for you, so be sure to keep that in mind. We've got West Salem at Luther Girls. That'll be Tuesday's game. Join us at about 7 o'clock on the internet or watch it Wednesday night at 6. That's our game tonight, folks. Onalaska wins it 66-31. For Carl Greenfield, I'm Rick Wilson. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Onalaska Hilltoppers. The High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Fiesta Mexicana. Don't just have dinner, make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, tractor, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game features